Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they wanna do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes this day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Now if I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
I lost my second screen. How in the world did that happen? Oh well, we're just gonna get started. And I realize I'm a little bit out of focus here. I just need to deal with not using my cell phone. But we're just gonna deal with this. This is not going to be a terribly long episode, but while I'm thinking, let me scoot over to the side here. I do want to talk about my sponsor, which I hadn't done in a couple shows, but you know, I don't want you to get tired of it. But as you guys know, Asteros.com does sponsor this show, and they are a cybersecurity service. But one thing they will do is they will let you know the weaknesses that you have in your online organization or business. So go to asteros.com/free and get a free surface penetration audit. Look at, I'm noticing my colors getting, I turning, woo, color thing's kind of weird today. All right, but take advantage of that offer if you will. I just got done, it's been a long day. As you guys know, streamed a super long time with Mike Seebeck earlier today with the Cult of RONR, which is the Robert's Rules of Order / dirty joke thing that we do. But yeah, but this is scheduled for this evening, so I figured here we go. I watched the last episode of The Anarchist this evening, and I have pretty much just one thing to say about it. Thanks. I hated it. The series was ultimately bad. There was one episode of it that I thought was okay, that ended on a cliffhanger, and the rest of it was boring. It concentrated a little bit on the philosophy But it seemed in general that the ultimate goal was to just prove this some kind of failed utopian experiment, as if people not getting along, realizing that, you know, sometimes our better angels don't prevail, and also that there's going to be squabbling and all of this, as if that doesn't exist already with the state. So it was so funny the way they tried to spin the narrative to it's this failed utopia because, and then there was, I guess, one Galt now considers himself a former anarchist. I don't know what that means. I don't really care, actually, to be honest with you. And basically was like, people are going to be bad. So the solution is you put all those bad people, you know, with all the incentives to be corrupt, in charge of everybody else coercively. Yeah, that sounds like a good solution. Thank you for recognizing reality that people can be bad. Therefore, what? Therefore, what? I do think some lessons can be drawn from it, though, that just because you have a group of people who don't believe in the state, it doesn't mean that they're going to agree with each other on anything else. And that in a true anarchotopia, or whatever you want to call it, people would devolve into more similar communities where you had more things in common than just a dislike of the state. That's a very low bar. That's not enough commonality. But I'm curious as to what you guys thought. I left thinking, you know, if it wasn't for doing these streams and getting to talk to you guys, I would have thought this a wasted 6 weeks. And it wasn't even that, oh, boo-hoo, you're just sad, you poor little anarchist tears, you didn't like that they didn't paint you guys well. I actually don't think they painted us badly. I think they painted us as humans, and yeah, okay, get it. No, it was that it was not, I just don't think it was well done. I'm a huge fan of documentaries. I'm like one of those geeks that subscribe to like Magellan TV and History.tv. Like, I freaking love documentaries. This wasn't a good documentary. It just, my friend Dan Smots, who does those little vignettes that are mini documentaries in themselves of like what happened at the Libertarian Party convention. If he had done this, I think it would have been fantastic. There wasn't, in my opinion, the talent for weaving the good scenes and the good sound clips. It droned on, and sometimes too much with the same people. But okay, I've given you now my opinion of the series, which is more about the documentarians. You know, and the cinematography wasn't, oh God, I could just go on. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. That Diet Mountain Dew is good though. Yeah, so yeah, up at the top of my page, it says, thanks, I hate it. But, just to tie up some loose ends, and I have a lot of unpopular opinions when it comes to this show. Despite all the tragedy and everything else that happens, which would predispose me to be more sympathetic still at the end. And I'm sorry, Jason, because you know I adore you, that I think you're a sweetheart. And hello from Italy. I'm never going to pronounce that. But hello. And hey there, JJ. Despite, you know, everything that makes her a sympathetic character, and I know, again, a friend of Jason, listen, I don't require my friends to like the same people I do. I still do not think Lily comes off as a sympathetic character. In fact, at the end, I think I was just really turned off. Maybe it's because I just don't like when people speak ill of the dead. They're dead. And it seemed for an anarchist, she didn't take any personal responsibility for things that went wrong in her life. Now that John was dead, it seemed like she was playing the poor me. John manipulated me. Everything was about John. Woe is me. Well, chickadee, if you're an anarchist, take some responsibility. Would he hold a gun to your head? I did not like that. That was not a good look. And the talk that they filmed, again, it was only pieces of the talk. It was an Anarchopolco 2020. I thought was just very narcissistic and self-absorbed. I'm sorry, that's just the opinion I came across with. And you're not a real anarchist like me. I didn't like. I'm sorry, Jason. I wish I'd known John. Jason, you told me towards the end I probably would have a change of opinion. I didn't. And again, maybe it was just the documentarians leading me down a path. But I kind of feel the same way at the end that I did at the beginning. I liked Lisa Freeman. And I still do at the end. My heart broke for her as to what she was going on in her marriage with Nathan. And I think Nathan got screwed. Shame on you, Jeff Berwick. Nathan got screwed. And I think he obviously has to take, well, he's dead now, he can't, but he obviously is responsible for, the bad choices he made in his life, his own alcoholism, his own substance abuse. But I think Lisa nailed it when she said that he at least partially died of a broken heart. He got screwed. He put everything he had into this and got thrown away. I'm going to do an IT crowd reference here. Like yesterday's jam. He got thrown away like yesterday's jam. And that just wasn't cool. That was really sad. That was really sad the way he died. But I am going to say something that really struck me, that in which I was very, very sympathetic to what was going on with Lily. When she was traveling to other areas of Mexico and trying to rebuild her life, where she said she just needs to get used to being alone, that she had never been alone. And that really resonated with me. That's tough, because I remember I got married very young, not to Wayne. Wayne isn't my first husband. And then when I was divorced, it really was the first time, and my parents were deceased by then. It really was the first time I was alone, and that isn't on the run from your government in another country. This was in my own house with a good job in Boynton Beach, Florida. But still, being alone and coming to terms with that. I know my color variations going in and out. I can't figure that out. I'm sorry. That is tough. I can't imagine doing that in Mexico. So I did have a lot of sympathy for her there, and I was very moved by how glad her father was to be reunited with her. And something else that Jeff Berwick had said, yes, I do take notes, that Jeff Berwick, and that's more of me being old rather than being studious, but Jeff Berwick, when he had asked on the stage, and I think this was a really honest thing where he said, are we in this, do we actually think we can help the whole world, or is it to help ourselves, and not in like a, he didn't mean it like in a selfish way, but he meant ourselves meaning our smaller community, or ourselves meaning us individually. And I don't think there's a right answer to that. I think each individual person who comes to see the truth of the freedom message is going to have a different answer for that. I can tell you, for me, it's for the whole world. Maybe in 10 years from now, I'll be all bitter and jaded. That made it seem like everyone who disagrees with me is bitter and jaded, and that's not what it means. That's not what I meant. But for me to turn from wanting to, to thinking, I would like to help the world, I've always been extremely idealistic, to, nope, It's just about me. For me, that would mean I got pretty bitter and jaded. That doesn't mean other people who just have a different predisposition are bitter and jaded. I didn't mean to make it sound that way. So let's see here. Yeah, that was pretty much, I think me and Wayne just sat there like, this should have been 2 hours and less on just dragging out the drama. I will say I'm very happy that Lily has found somebody. Her her new partner seems like a sweetheart. I'm glad she's found happiness in Mexico. But I'm also glad this series is over. I wouldn't want to do another review. So, have any of you guys watched it? Or you just been waiting for my like Sparks Notes version of it? If you haven't, I really wouldn't recommend you go back and do it. Not unless you were doing, like, I like having things playing in the background when I'm doing other things. I'm sure it's fine for that. To sit and just watch it, I was super bored. And it looks like everyone else felt that way since there's no comments about the show. Everything's just hi and whatever. Let me know. Otherwise, this is going to be my shortest show, at least that wasn't a Facebook Live. Those tend to be kind of long too, in history. And I'm freaking tired, I can tell you that. All right, well, I'm just going to do a little chatter at the end here to give you guys some time in case there are any questions or any other comments. Next week at this time, I'll stick it up and it will be Twitch. On my Twitch schedule, we're going to do House of the Dragon. Now, I'm a hell of a lot more excited to talk about House of the Dragon. It better not suck. That's all I can say. It better not suck. I will be extremely upset if it sucks. But that's what we're going to be doing on Sundays from here on out. Yeah, Bullet Frenzy says they saw 2020 saw 70% reduction in attendance. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't write that down. I think they're saying that was because of the murder, you know. Oh, and I spotted Avens O'Brien in there a couple times. That made me happy. I didn't see her, I don't think, any other time in the other 5 shows, but I did spot her at least 2 times in this last episode. And first, now just to go on to LP stuff, because, you know, I'm obsessed. First draft of the minutes for the Alexandria meeting are done. Chase is just proofreading them for me. I would ask JJ to proofread them for me, but he'll just neg me all over the place, so I'm not doing that. Yeah, and I noticed that too, Bullet, that everyone was wearing masks. But she was even wearing a mask. Well, I guess it's... Okay, explain this to me. Because that one scene, it looked like a morgue scene. Because he was dead already and zipped up in a bag. And they made her wear a mask. Where's my clip? Oh, it doesn't work on here? Huh. Something really weird is going on with... Maybe... Make it make sense, basically. Make it make sense. Like... Don't want to give him COVID. He might die twice. I know, I've got dark humor. Yeah. But yeah, I noticed that too and was wondering what was up with that. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I got like a mosquito bite or something on my back. It's bothering me. We were out for a bike ride and I think I got bit by something. Alrighty, well, yeah, that's kind of my view of it. My reaction to my comment that I don't even understand what you're saying, JJ. I think you're missing a word. Are you trying to tell me you're Buffalo Bill? It puts the due process in the basket, or it gets the motion again. Oh my word. Okay. I've my Mountain Dew because of my green screen. Well, alrighty guys. I think I'm gonna get going. I'm tired. I'm gonna get some sleep for tomorrow. It's been a long day streaming. I never reacted. Why? Why would I react to that? Is this some kind of weird negging now too that JJ is doing? But yeah, I'm gonna get going because I need to get ready for another week in cubicle land. Yes. All right, guys. I do thank you for showing up. I do find it interesting, JJ. I just didn't think I needed to say anything about that. Next week. What's going on next week? I can't remember. I know I have a lot of history shows to catch up on. And obviously we'll have our Friday LNC recap. But you never know. You never know. Stuff can come up. I know there was an article I wanted to react to. Let me see if... It was a Substack, actually. I want to see if I can find that link. If you give me 1 sec. I know I saved it in notes. Hopefully I didn't delete it because it was... Oh, here we go. Something about the Libertarian Party's now a bunch of alt-right racists or something stupid like that. Let me pull it up. And I'll show you guys something that I plan on reacting to. And I might do this next week. Oh, yeah. Okay, check this out. Okay, I got to move the screen over, though, so you guys can see this. You know I have to react to this because, like, a dumber headline has never been written. And we've all seen some really dumb headlines. But check this out. I don't even remember who wrote it. How the Libertarian Party became the reactionary arm of Trump and Trumpism. And JJ, it's all your fault. Oh, it's by Andy Craig. Oh, this is going to be good. I didn't even realize that Andy Craig wrote this. Oh, I am going to have to do this. I am going to have to react to this. This is going to be too good. Okay, well, there's some of my plans. And just blame JJ. Post a link. Okay, yeah, I will. It doesn't say it's all your fault in it, by the way, but it's all your fault because you helped the Mises Caucus with their strategy, so it's all your fault. We're blaming everything on you. Let me see if I can go into chat. Oh, I was able to chat at the beginning. It's not letting me chat now. Let me see. Because I was able to post like a hello comment. I'm still learning Twitch, you guys. You know that. Okay, let me see if I can do it here. No, I'm just going to have to... Oh, I think if you just Google that title, you can find the link. I'm sorry. I don't know how to easily post a link to it. But, yep, I'll post it in Facebook. Yeah. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. All right, guys. I'm going to get going. I'm going to get to sleep. I'm super tired after this long day. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Can't say I'm sorry that the show is over. Toodles.